Let's dive into the world of container troubleshooting. In this video, we'll explore strategies for debugging why your containers might stop or fail to start. We will cover Docker debugging and recovery strategies to help you keep your containerized applications running smoothly. Here are some common scenarios that lead to container crashes. First, there are application errors, which include code exceptions, runtime errors, and unhandled failures within your application. Second, resource exhaustion, which could be caused by running out of memory or disk space, or exceeding CPU limits. Third, configuration issues like missing environment variables, invalid configurations, or port conflicts. Finally, dependency failures, such as an unavailable database, network issues, or a service being down. Let's explore some basic commands for inspecting container status and logs. To check the status of your containers, use Docker ps, or Docker container ls, all. These commands show all containers, including those that are stopped. To view the logs of a container, use Docker logs container _name, or Docker logs, tail 50 container _ID. The tail option shows the last 50 lines of the container's logs. Now let's look at some advanced commands for detailed debugging. To inspect the details of a container, use Docker inspect container _name. This command provides comprehensive information about the container's configuration and state. Alternatively, you can use Docker container inspect format to extract specific information, like the container's state. To monitor resource usage, use Docker stats container _name to see real-time CPU, memory, and network usage. Alternatively, Docker top container _name displays the processes running inside the container. Exit codes are crucial for understanding why a container stopped. An exit code of 0 indicates success, meaning the container exited normally. An exit code of 1 signifies a general error, typically due to an application or runtime issue. The code 125 indicates a Docker daemon error, meaning the container failed to run. Finally, an exit code of 137, or SITKILL, usually means the container ran out of memory or was killed by the system. Interactive debugging allows you to directly access and debug your containers. To access a running container, use Docker exec container _name /bin/bash or Docker exec container _name sh to start a new shell session inside the container. For debugging a failed container, you can use Docker runit rm_image _name /bin/bash. This will run a new instance of the image and give you a shell. Or you can use Docker runit entry point equals image _name sh to override the default entry point and start a shell. When a container crashes, here are some common recovery strategies. First, try restarting the container. This can often resolve temporary issues. Second, rebuild the image. This ensures you're using the latest code and dependencies. Third, fix the configuration by updating environment variables or configs. Finally, check and adjust resources by increasing memory, CPU, or disk limits as needed. Here's a summary of best practices for container troubleshooting. First, always check logs first, as they contain most debugging clues. Second, use exit codes to understand failure reasons quickly. Third, set proper resource limits to prevent crashes. Fourth, implement health checks for proactive monitoring. And finally, use interactive debugging for complex issues. Master these techniques for efficient container troubleshooting. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.